Hey YouTube, Ryan here again. I'm going to be talking about TikTok today, and that sounds kind of weird coming from me because some people have spoken to me privately probably know I've kind of disregarded TikTok for a long time. Something really crazy happened to my brand sales over the last week that I found actually to be attributed to TikTok primarily. So there was a 4-day period where my brand sold $160,000 in a 4-day period, right? And that's just on Amazon. And so when I saw that the sales were increasing so drastically, my eyebrows raised and I started to really want to pay attention to TikTok, right? I see, the fact that it has not been banned in the US, and I don't think it will be. There's so many users on TikTok. So if you have an audience that you're trying to sell your products to that's under the age of 30, which I do, it's a channel that can be used very effectively to sell products. Before last week, I really just thought it was a place for people to just go and watch time-wasting videos, but there's actually a lot more potential there that I was completely ignoring. Maybe because I'm over 30 years old, so I'm not really like a user of TikTok, but now that I am a user and I've been looking at the marketing potential of it as well as the effect that it's had on my business, I wanted to make a video to talk about a few things. First, what was it that drove this growth for my sales that I see actually is maintaining? Even though it was like a 4-day period that was 160K, my sales are still like 30 to 40% up prior to this event on TikTok happening. So I'm going to talk about what it was that basically happened so that you can start spending time on TikTok and maybe replicate these results if you are really watching it closely. Second thing I want to talk about is there's updates with Shopify and TikTok. So if you have a Shopify store, there's something that you should do that I'm going to go over. And even if you don't have a Shopify store, there's something that you should definitely look into doing as soon as possible. TikTok has so many users and a lot of potential for most of the people watching this. So that's basically what we're going to talk about today. If you're new to the channel, my name is Ryan Rigney. I am an 8-figure Amazon FBA seller. I sell my brand's products on Amazon as well as on Shopify. The point of this channel is to help people who are trying to grow their Amazon sales or to grow their e-commerce brand find tips, tricks, tactics that are not so obvious to do that. So there really isn't like a structured format for the videos. I just go over things that I'm thinking about or working on, things that I share with my private students in my Brand Boost Blueprint program as well. So if that sounds good to you and this type of information is interesting, hit subscribe, drop a comment, like the video. That makes me more likely to want to make more videos if I see people are actually watching it. So with that said, let's get into what it was that caused this spike in my sales. So I was like going about my day like normal, checking my sales like towards the afternoon, and I noticed that my sales were like 2 times what they usually were on a day. So I was like really kind of taken aback, like what happened? Did one of my products go viral? I couldn't seem to figure out what was driving the traffic. I looked at Facebook, I looked at Instagram, I looked at YouTube, I looked for news, press releases, I looked for all these things, and then I was just thinking, where is a lot of the attention right now? A lot of the attention is on TikTok, of course. The user base has grown dramatically over the last year. Since January of 2018, TikTok's user base has grown by over 800%. There's now about 91 million active users in the United States, which is absolutely crazy considering the population of the US is 328 million-ish, maybe like 330 million by now. So the fact that there's 91 million active users in the US and there's like 330 million in the US, like that's a pretty big portion. So I looked on TikTok, I looked at hashtags relating to my products that were going viral, and I saw that there was sort of like a challenge going on that related to one of my products. And there was really, it wasn't even anything fancy. It was like somebody who shot a selfie video and they did like a challenge. So they did a thing like on TikTok, they do these things called challenges, and they record a video, they record some audio, and then people take the audio, they record their own video using the audio, and then they kind of participate in the challenge. And I noticed that there was something like 8 million impressions on this audio clip, and there were a couple thousand videos that were using this audio clip over and over again. So what I did was I took part in it as well. I created a TikTok for my brand. I made videos for the brand, very simple stuff, like very low effort. And at the end of that day, it was the 27th of October, my sales clocked in at about 74,000 US. with close to like a 40% profit margin. So I was pretty happy with that. And it actually kept going on the next day, the following day, and it's actually still going until today, which is the 31st of October, Halloween. So these challenges, the ability of TikTok to raise awareness very quickly with very minimal effort on the part of brands is pretty huge. And I actually, prior to last week, I thought that TikTok was not a great way to drive sales. I thought it was just a place where people were, on their phone when they're not paying attention, not looking to buy anything, scrolling. But there are a lot of people actually willing to buy on TikTok, contrary to what I thought before last week. So when I saw on the 27th that Shopify announced they were having a partnership with TikTok. Shopify has an app for TikTok in their platform now that allows you to connect TikTok and your Shopify store very easily. So I want to talk about that because that's something that every e-commerce store owner needs to be doing. They don't need to be using Shopify per se, but if you are using Shopify, using this app that's free is something that you should absolutely do as soon as possible. TikTok is looking a lot like Instagram, 5 or 6 years ago was looking. So what you want to do is use this app, and I'm going to talk about where you can get the app and the benefits, but essentially the benefits of the app, getting this plugged in as soon as you can, is you're going to have the TikTok pixel on your website. Everybody that goes to your website is going to get pixeled with the TikTok pixel. So you want to have that up now, even if you have no idea when you're going to advertise, no idea how to advertise on TikTok, just putting it up so that when the time comes, you'll have that pixeled audience is something that you should do. So let's go over how to get that set up and why that's so important. So the best place to really read in depth about the partnership is to go to Shopify's Twitter page. You can see there's a news article on Shopify's site that goes over what's going on, also on TikTok's site. So basically, Shopify has an application in their app store that helps you integrate your Shopify and your TikTok accounts so that, example, your Shopify products that you have on your Shopify website, the product catalog will be ported over to TikTok. So if you post a video with a product featured, it can actually be shoppable inside of that video. The other thing that it does is the app will automatically set up the TikTok pixel. And a pixel, for those who have no knowledge on what a pixel is, it is a code snippet that informs TikTok who has been on your website so that when you want to run advertisements, TikTok knows who your customers are and it can retarget them. It can also find people that are similar to your customers by having this connection. And the application makes it very easy to do. I did this in like a couple of minutes. If you want to set up the TikTok connection with Shopify, just go to the Shopify App Store, and this is what it looks like right now. There's only 8 reviews. This is like really like fresh off the presses. New app. This is supported by TikTok Inc., so this is the official app. Free to install. Setup takes about 2 minutes. You just have to make a TikTok account and connect them, and I did that very quickly. After you do this, what you can do is you can actually start depositing funds to run ads, and you can pretty easily start to get your ad credit comped. So I think within 30 minutes after having my TikTok for Business account set up, I had ads set up and ready for moderation. So it's a very quick process. And I would say definitely look into doing this, using this application. And if you want to know more about the partnership, read on the Shopify Twitter page. Another thing I want to mention is TikTok's really trying to get people to advertise on their platform now, and they are matching deposits, and they're giving a lot of credit for brands that want to run ads. Of course, not everyone watching this is going to qualify. You have to submit some business verification documents, and there are certain regions in the world that will not qualify. But if you do qualify, you can actually get up to $2,300 in ad credit. And I've already started trying to run some ads. I'm still waiting for approvals on some of them, but you can get your ad credit comped, which is a really great deal. So if you are even considering remotely getting influencers to talk about your products, and your products are bought by people under the age of 30, and that age range is actually expanding. I think it's actually getting higher and higher every day, just like Facebook did. Facebook started out as like a college-based website, and then it progressed into, grandmas using it. I think TikTok is gradually going in that direction too. And then when grandma starts to use TikTok, there's going to be a new one, right? This is how the ball keeps moving. But if you're thinking of using influencers and you are looking on any place other than TikTok, I would say focus some of your effort over on TikTok now, because it's so easy to get impressions on TikTok. The influencers on TikTok are not used to being approached. I already have 2 to 3 influencers that I've sent products to that are going to start posting as of this week, and I didn't have to pay them anything. So I'm telling you, if you want eyeballs, you don't want to pay a lot, and you want a channel that's going to give you a lot of a reach for very low cost, TikTok is where you should be looking right now. That's where the attention is in the US at least. So that's where I'm focusing my efforts, as well as on running ads and trying some really crazy ad campaigns that I'm going to talk about later. Really different stuff than I've ever tried before. I'm taking a lot of darts and throwing them at the board. I want to talk about that on this channel with you guys if I get any results from that. And I have a lot of crazy ideas that I'm working on the TikTok platform right now, running some ad campaigns that are specifically designed for TikTok. And if there's any interest from you guys, I can go over how to set up ads on the TikTok platform, what differences I notice in the TikTok ads platform versus Facebook and Instagram, and what I'm working on and what I'm getting success from. So if there's any interest in that, just let me know. It's probably going to be like a week or 2 before I make any video content on that, just because I need to test some stuff. But drop a comment, let me know. And if you have any questions on TikTok, if you have any success with TikTok, let me know.